Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about Spider-Man 2099 from across the Spider-Verse. I've had this guy for a while and just didn't get around to talking about it because it's a lot. And I've tried to been doing things at my pace, if that's the easiest way of saying it. Been moving at my kind of pace and not even completely at my own pace. Life's been throwing a lot of curveballs at me pretty fast. So I'm trying to deal with it as a Spider-Man would, one problem at a time until they overwhelm and destroy me. With that being said, let us here talk about Miguel 2099. Now, I gotta say, full transparency, I already did the mod in the torso. I'll show you exactly what I did right now so you can see it. So as you can see, there is a limiter here at the waist. Ooh, you can't see it. Silly camera, you're not the DSLR. This is a phone camera. As you can see here, I cut the ring that actually was meant to limit it. So he does have more articulation. I'm gonna sand it down some more. But as you can see, it's giving it way more movement here in that upper torso. So I would very much like to tell you guys, full transparency out the gate, my articulation is already modded. Therefore, it is already biased. So I love the Miles and I love the Gwens. I love the Gwen so far from the SHF. But I felt like, just like with him, one of the issues was that ab crunch going forward, which as you can see here, now that we've changed that, and with the help of our butt cheek articulation and moving our legs up, look at that. Articulation-wise, we will be in a much better place. Once I continue modding it further, we're going to have even more fun with this guy. I really like the look of it. I really like the plastic blades. Although I am scared of them breaking, I'm always scared of breaking things like that because with high-flying characters that do a lot of maneuvers, I'm always scared of something breaking. And these animated proportions are really it for me. Like, I really do love it. So articulation-wise, you can see here, I'm too busy fiddling around to actually explain what the hell I'm doing. But as you can see, this guy can move once we add our upper torso movement. It's beautiful here. So I think this is going to be more of a pose and play than any other style of video that I do. Oh, so one gripe here that I am going to talk about is that my kneecap came unglued, and that is a minor gripe. It is not something major. I'm just going to glue it back in place later. But mine's only on my left one does it do that. That it comes loose like that. So I'm actually going to mod that. I'm going to glue that later as I deal with some other modding stuff. But I do want to say here that when you mod this, please be aware that you are running the risk of this scraping up against each other constantly. So you have to keep that in mind for when you do it. And this is an awful way of doing it unless he's like in the air jumping. But normally if you are posed with your legs like this, that's why they kind of pose up like this. It's a natural torso movement. There we are. Yeah. So Miguel is A1. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, he's really A1, especially with this mod. So I guess I'm just here to brag about how cool it is, to be honest. Because we do have a double jointed knees. We have thigh swivel, right? My thigh swivel is actually really tight. And what all Spider-Men are famous for now, butt cheek articulation. It's really kind of fun, I ain't gonna lie. They did start filling those gaps now as well. So as you can see here, we can tilt side to side with our rocker of a ball joint. We have a big, strong, stiff neck, which allows up and down movement, as well as tilting side to side. We have a beautiful butterfly joint, which allows us to tilt down. We have bicep swivel, and we are double jointed. It's pretty clean there. We also have a peg hole that can come out for our cape, which will be for later when we talk about accessories. But yeah, the only thing I gotta say, like, because they needed it to fit. Oh, by the way, toe hinge and super generous ankle pivot. Super. One of the things that I worry about is the simple fact that he is very top heavy. So it's like, oh, what happened when the legs wear out and I don't have any kikis? So for those of you that don't have any kikis and you don't know what to do, I suggest that since he is top heavy, you tuck your arms backwards, one forward, one down. That way you can keep him quite balanced like this. There we are. Yeah. But yeah, all around fun figure. Super delightful. I wish he came with more hands, but I guess they wanted to keep it pretty simple. And we'll jump into the accessories right now as we talk about it, because one of them is our super cool unmasked head. And I do like that they actually changed Miguel's shading, making him more Latino, because he is. Miguel is not like, you know, pale. He definitely has a nice shade of tint to him. right? And they give you a whole head and neck for it, for the unmasked part. But if you don't want to do that, you can just pop and swap. Then we will get 2 sets of open action hands. These are not our gripping Miguel hands for when he releases his claws out through his fingers, because that's what these are. These are our claw hands. I very much like these, and I wish we had gotten more styles of this. This is beautiful, right? You'll also get a time device to fit around his wrist. You'll also get a time device for Gwen as well. We will get 2 Thwippers web. This is our 2099 version of Across the Spider-Verse webbing, even though Miguel does use actual webbing as well. But this is nice and cool and included for the movie. But if you want to swap around his weapon, feel free to. And then we have our large cape that we talked about. With him being top heavy, this actually puts him even more so top heavy. And honestly, I don't like this cape. And that is because, not because like it's not top heavy and cool, it's just that you have to understand this design is really cool, except why would I want the cape to tuck inward and not further outward? So that was, I think that's a big design flaw on the end of the cape. I just, you know, it's not cool. Then you'll also get a piece that will allow you to take it out when you need to. So let me actually dip that in there so we can do this. And I'm terrible at these sort of things. I'm not even gonna lie to you, to the point where it's embarrassing sometimes. It really is. So let me try to find my blade, which is obviously very dangerous, but it's all I know how to do is be dangerous. And then we will plug this in so we can get a nice look at it. Like I said, this makes him very, very, very top heavy. Now see what happens when you want it to come down. You can even it out. But like I said, it's not as cool as a cloth one would have been. So I'm gonna try to make it look good in the videos though. I'm gonna try. So with that being said though, we're gonna take some time to bust out some Spider-Man figures and we'll get into the size comparison. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys and gals. So let's talk about our size comparisons. I think this one will be fun. I don't have a crazy lot, but I figured we stick to stuff from Across the Spider-Verse, both Marvel Legends and SHF. Can't find my Spider-Punk, but here we do have the Spot. And the Spot, even though he's a way taller character, it's cool to see that he's still not the tallest when compared to 2099, right? Then we have my main man, Miles, SHF. And you can see that he's tiny when compared to Miguel. Then we have Gwen here. And again, it's cool because they're teenagers, and then we have buff, you know, genetically enhanced Miguel here, right? So even with that, then you have characters like Tom Holland Spider-Man and PS4 Advanced Suit Spider-Man, the SHFs. These guys are tiny too compared. And then we have Tokusatsu Spider-Man against the Miguel. And as you can see, Miguel is truly a big boy. Here he is up next to a Revoltech Aaron Davis Iron Spider. And I chose the Aaron Davis one because I love this color scheme. And even the Revoltech is tiny when compared to him. I have a bow-legged thing going on right now. Don't mind that. And then we get to have some fun when comparing to both the Marvel Legends and the Mezco 2099. So here's the Marvel Legends. Here's our Mezco. And this is by far our tallest Miguel that we've gotten yet. And it's really cool to see it because, you know, you didn't think he'd come out this big, but yet here he is going crazy in the streets, having a good time. Next up, we have a Mafex and another Marvel Legends 2099, because I'm hoping we can someday get this suit in an SHF format, right? And as you can see again, still the tallest bad boy there is on the streets. When you compare it to a couple of villains, I just chose a couple that I had next to me. One of them being the Willem Dafoe and not Willem Dafoe. Here we are with the Marvel Legends Green Goblin. I'm waiting on my SHF to get a replacement peg, as one of my leg pegs came off really weird. It didn't come with it. And here we are with a Marvel Legends Sandman. So as you can see, Miguel is truly a big boy as he towers over both versions of a Marvel Legend, right? I gotta get a Venom to try out too. But yeah, I think he's about as big as a Venom, probably smaller than a Venom, obviously, like the new cooler Venoms. But I'll find a way to break him out and put him in the photos so everybody can see. But yes, I love this toy. And the mod makes it a lot better. I'm probably gonna, when I get a new Dremel, I'm probably gonna chip away even more at that ring to add even more articulation so I can have fun. But yes, couple of things before I go. I do want to say thank you to everyone. It has been a fantastic and wonderful trip to get to 100K. Shout out to all the crazy, beautiful, nice things and beautiful comments that I've been getting from people, because I do appreciate those things and they mean the world to me, because positivity, when it goes around, it should come back around, and I love that. So I'm thanking you yet again. I appreciate you guys. So as always, thank you for your kindness. I appreciate you. And as always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.